The best way to teach kids about the world is through a picture book. Don't forget to subscribe to Envato Tuts Plus for more free courses and tutorials. I'm Ashley Harrell, and in this tutorial, I will show you how to create a high-quality template for the cover and inside pages, and share with you top tips for making your pages look fun and engaging for little ones. But before we begin, make sure you check out Envato Elements. Get unlimited downloads of design assets, templates, and illustrations like the one used in this tutorial. Subscribe now with the link in the description. Go to File, New Document. Change the units to millimeters and change the width to 254 and change the height to 203.2. Uncheck Facing Pages and change the amount of pages to 1. For the margins, change it to 20. And for the bleed, change it to 5 on all sides. Now go up to the Layers panel and rename this layer Paper Texture. Create a new layer and name this one Background. Create another layer and name it Image. And create one more and name it Typography. Now we're going to lock all of the layers except the Paper Texture layer. Grab your rectangle frame tool and cover the entire background. We are going to place this paper texture into our frame. From here, we are going to change our opacity to 35% and click OK. Now return to the Layers panel and lock the paper texture layer and unlock the background layer. Expand the Swatches panel and create a new swatch. The color we will create is 02378 and change the name to Mustard. Now take the rectangle tool and drag it onto the page so that it covers our paper texture. Set the color field to Mustard. Now with the shape selected, go to Object, Effects, Transparency, and set the mode to Multiply. Now open up your illustration, and here I'm just removing the text and the background. Now save it as an EPS. And come back over to InDesign, unlock the image layer in your Layers panel, and place your illustration in the bottom right corner. Now lock the image layer and unlock the typography layer. Grab your text tool and type out the title of your book. I will be using the font Bingo, and the size will be 65. Now for the third word, I will be adding a new color swatch, and the color I will use is 11, 98, 99, and 3, and I will change my swatch name to Red. Copy and paste this same text frame again. Add a new color swatch, and this time I will add green, and the color will be 50, 33, 92, 19. Now we're going to create a box for the author's name. Create a new color swatch, and this time I will use the color 74, 20, 56, and 4, and I will name this color Jade. Use the same Bingo font that we used earlier, but this time we will set the size to 30. Change Written By to Paper and the name of the author to Jade. With the page tool selected, we are going to change the width of our page. Change the width to 513.8 millimeters. We will now create the spine and back cover of our book. Make sure your rulers are showing. If they're not, you can always go to View, Show Rulers. Drag your first guide so that it is to 254 millimeters and drag a second guide so that it is to 256.9 millimeters. Now go back up to the Layers panel and log and unlock the layers so that you can copy over the assets, like the paper texture, the orange background, and the text as well. Go to your swatches panel and let's create another swatch. For this one, we will change it to 8, 58, 30, and 0, and name this swatch Pink. Create another swatch and change it to 49, 0, 70, and 0, and change the name of this swatch to Lime. Change the background color to Lime, and then grab your rectangle tool, and we're going to create a spine, and we're going to change that color to pink. And make sure your spine aligns with the guides that we created earlier. Now, the size of your spine will be different. There are a lot of different spine calculators out there because it all depends on the type of paper you're using and how many pages. So here I'm just finishing this up by adding a section for the barcode, and then I will also use my type tool and type out the title of my children's book, and I will place it on my spine. Now to export your cover, go to File, Export, change your preset to Press Quality. Now click on Marks and Bleeds and click on All Printers Marks. And make sure Use Document Bleed Settings is checked and then click Export. Now I will show you how to create the inside pages of your children's book. Change the units to millimeters and let's keep the same dimensions. Change the pages to 32 and make sure Facing Pages is checked. Make sure your margins are 20 and your bleed is set to 5. Now click on the A Parent page. Grab your text tool and now we will create the footer. Click on Type, Insert Special Character, Markers, Current Page Number. Set the Align to Right. Highlight your letter and then change it to Bingo and increase the size to 20. Now here I'm dragging the None page so that the page number will not be applied. Now I'm typing out the title of my children's book since this will be the first inside page. For the second berry, I will change it to red. For Clever, I will change it to mustard. And then for Lizard, I will change it to green. And just like before, I will also include a space for the author's name. Make sure you center your text on the page as well. Now for the name, I will be changing it to Bingo with a 24-point font. Now we're going to go down to spreads 2 and 3. Grab the rectangle tool, and we're going to change this fill color to mustard. Now I'm going to type out the first sentence of my book. And change this color to red. And change the leading to 60. File, place your illustration, and adjust it so that it fits nicely on the page. Now here we're going to apply a drop shadow to our illustration. Go to Object, Effects, Drop Shadow. Change the mode to normal and change it to the mustard color. Change the distance to 6. Change the angle to -58. And the size should be 2. And change the opacity to 25%. And click OK. Now we're going to add a new swatch. Create a new swatch and change this color to 96, 83, 0, 76. And rename it Midnight Blue. Now we're going to select our first spread and we're going to copy and paste it in place. And here we're going to change our background to Midnight Blue. And change this text to mustard in the lime color. Now we're going to jump back over to our illustration and we're going to get rid of the body and the arms and legs. And save this one as an EPS file as well. Replace this image of the lizard and we will get rid of the drop shadow on this lizard. Now, once you do that, go to File, Export, and change your preset to press quality. Make sure marks and bleeds, all printers marks, and use document bleed settings is checked. And that's how you make a children's picture book in InDesign. So if you like this video and you would like to see more, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to click that little bell icon to be notified of any new videos. I'm Ashley Harrell. Thanks for watching.